the current system of assessing and holding students accountable and the school accountable and our whole system accountable wasn't achieving the results that we were looking for. And the question was simply to the community, what do you expect from graduates?
Is it really a standardized test that's one snapshot of one day, of one moment in time? Or is it that they have employability skills, soft skills to make the world a better place and to be a productive member of our society?
In Vibrant Learning, you start working on your passions while you're in school. You can do internships, and when you do leave and get into the workforce, you're more prepared because you have that experience.
This is our Kentucky moonshot opportunity when it comes to public education. To create a more prosperous Kentucky, we will develop an assessment and accountability system that is meaningful to all learners. Kentucky Not We Learn started in response to what the community was saying across Kentucky, which is we want learning to be more vibrant for students, and how can the assessment and accountability system support that?
Our new accountability model is centered around the idea of vibrant learning. Now, it does have two parts. One is the state accountability portion that meets federal requirements, but the most exciting part is that local accountability portion. What we mean by vibrant learning is that experience that is relevant to the student. I know what I'm doing in my classroom is going to impact what I do in my future.
This is not about less rigor. It's not about running away from test scores. It's just the opposite. That accountability should be localized. It should be important. It should matter. And that's where our urgency should come from.
If you look from one end of the Commonwealth to another, districts and communities have different priorities. There may be different expectations. There's always the expectation of being able to achieve at grade level in math and reading, but if you graduate from maybe one of our agriculturally based communities, what does that mean for that group? As opposed to maybe there's a community that has more manufacturing, but also to what's the individual need of the student. We've had over 600 community members to attend town halls to talk about the accountability model, what changes they would like to see, but also we listened.
As a long-term goal of mine, I'd like to see where students are able to enter the workforce with certifications and they're job ready, career ready.
The parents will see that their kids are more marketable and they'll be able to go out and become gainfully employed, and that's what we want. That's the only way we're going to grow our communities.
Good school supports each individual student's goal, not just a standard, but supports what future they have in mind for themselves.
There's still an emphasis on being up to par with certain standards, but I feel like these more local frameworks actually value the community needs and certain needs that students have.
At my school we have teaching pathways, so I'm in the education pathway, so I go every day during 4th and 5th period to the Head Start, and I help there, and it's amazing.
We work over in Bauchi State, Nigeria. That's our touch point. We worked this previous year with a welding business owner. It's kind of bringing his business to life. It's not every day that you're able to work in Nigeria as a student in Round County, Kentucky.
We have a community that does tiny house projects. You have an engineering class that designs a tiny house, a carpentry class that builds the tiny house, an electricity class that wires it, art class that paints it, a business class that markets it, and then puts it into an auction, sells it, they take the profit, and then invest it into the next tiny house project. That is collaboration, that is communication, that is vibrant learning at some of its finest. The beauty of this new accountability model, it wasn't state mandated. It began at the local level. It began with stories in local districts of growing into defenses of learning with profiles of a learner.
I think students are getting to really see why they're learning what they're learning and being able to put the personal touch on it.
And I have seen how defenses help a student to really flourish and show what they know. And I'm excited that the rest of the state gets to do that now.
I absolutely love the idea of this framework. I really am optimistic for how these communities are going to engage.
If you don't have a meaning, your action won't last long. So in my case, for example, English is not my first language. It takes me longer to comprehend. So just having something that can be more hands-on and closest to what you actually like will drive them longer than anything else.
taking a step back and shifting our accountability model to actually look at change of an individual over time and to value vibrant learning where they can demonstrate in different ways through various mediums that they are brilliant, because our kids are brilliant. That's critical. That's where we start seeing change, and I'm excited that Kentucky's leading that work.